I told my brother I won't live in his shadow anymore. When I was born, my brother was already the miracle. He had heart surgery at 3 months and survived against all odds. My parents called him their angel. He grew up with scars on his chest and stories about how he almost died, how he was meant to be here. And me? I was just the healthy one, the easy one, the one who never needed saving. Every picture in our house was him. Him in the hospital with tubes in his nose. Him cutting a ribbon at some charity run for kids with heart disease. Him smiling with medals and trophies. My mom would touch his scar like it was holy. "You're our fighter," she'd say, looking at him like he carried God's blessing. And me? I was background. Birthdays were his days too. Mine was just the day our miracle survived another year. They made speeches about him while I sat next to the cake. Teachers knew me as Ethan's little sister. My dad once forgot to pick me up from soccer practice because Ethan had a cardiology checkup. I waited 2 hours in the rain. He never apologized. I tried to be good. I tried to not need anything. Straight A's, quiet, helpful. I never asked for rides, never caused trouble, but I was invisible. The night I got my driver's license, my mom cried because Ethan had a bad cough. When I got into honor society, they missed the ceremony because Ethan had rehearsal for his band. By 16, I hated him. I hated his heart, his stories, the way everyone bowed to him. I'd stare at him sleeping sometimes and think, what if you hadn't survived? Would I matter then? When I turned 18, I got accepted into a school out of state. Full ride. My dream. I told my parents at dinner, shaking with excitement. My dad set his fork down. "That's nice, but how are you going to help Ethan when he needs you?" My mom said, "Don't go far. He still has surgeries ahead." Ethan just grinned like a king. That night, I packed a suitcase. I wasn't gonna ask. I wasn't gonna wait. But then my mom knocked on my door with Ethan's baby book in her hands. "Don't abandon us," she said. "He needs his sister. You were born to protect him." And she actually meant it. That my whole life had a job description. His shadow. His backup. I left anyway. I signed the lease on a tiny apartment near campus. For the first time, my name was on something. Mine. The week before move-in, my parents showed up uninvited with Ethan and a lawyer. They were contesting my financial aid because my dad had forgotten to file taxes right. My mom said if I stayed home, they'd figure it out. I looked at Ethan, sitting there smirking with his perfect scar story. "You're killing Mom," he said. "She cries every night. You can't just leave." I snapped. "She cries because you're still alive. You're not a miracle. You're a prison." His face went blank. My mom gasped. My dad told me to shut my mouth, but I kept going. "I'm not your insurance policy. I'm not your shadow. I'm done." My mom slammed the baby book on the table. "Without him, we'd have nothing." And I screamed back, "You already have nothing. You lost me years ago." Ethan stood up, chest rising, scars showing under his shirt. I almost died for this family. I grabbed my acceptance letter and shoved it in his face. Then why am I the one who feels dead? And the room went quiet. No one moved. No one breathed.